Dan Greenhill mailed me on Instagram. He's just starting off in business and he's wondering how to price his service. Now, this is something that's really challenging, but for me, the key thing is that it's not just about supply and demand, it's supply, delivery, and demand. One of the most challenging things when you're starting off in business is your pricing. I got a mail from a guy, Dan Greenhill, on Instagram, which is so nice. I suppose it's kind of testament to this getting a bit of traction, but I'm thrilled to get questions in. So if you have any, by all means, please do ask them. Anyway, he's starting off an agency and he's wondering how to price. And to be honest, pricing is something that I think you get much better with through experience, and it's something you have to make a bit of a mess of to get it right ultimately. So when I'm going into this, to be honest, all I can do is give examples from my own experience. I can't say it's best to do this or this or this or this. So with pricing, there's something I'm really conscious of, which is that whatever about providing the service and that having a certain value to the business that's employing you, the way in which you provide that service, I think dictates your pricing too. So for example's sake, if you are providing a service, but whilst providing that service, you're taking up a lot of the business that's employing you's time and you're kind of a little bit annoying, that has a cost. You're taking up time on their side. So when you're adding a cost to them, that's going to subtract off whatever it is that you want to charge. So I think it's so important that when you're pricing, you're not just looking at the value you're bringing, but you're looking at the way in which you're bringing it. That's so key. Now, another thing that I'm conscious of when you're pricing is that you have to get started. So when you're starting off in business, you want to get work. So you have to give yourself an opportunity to actually get the work. So you can't price too high. But similarly speaking, you don't want to price too low. You don't want to be a busy fool. For me, if I'm honest, when we started Leading Social, in another video, I was completely transparent. I knew how to do the work, but I wasn't too experienced in terms of dealing with clients. And so my first couple of clients were free. But from those free clients, I built my experience up in terms of delivering the service. And as I built that up, I proportionally built my fees up. And as I felt that both the service I was delivering increased and the way in which I was delivering that increased, I pushed my pricing up and up and up. And I think that's something that perhaps some businesses don't do enough of as well, is review their pricing and push it a little bit. I feel like for us, certainly the way in which we price, I feel it pushes a bit of responsibility on our side that we have to deliver to this level of service. And I think that's really key. I also think it's important that you acknowledge that as you progress in business, your expertise develops similarly. So the value you can bring increases and the way in which you bring that increases. So you should increase your pricing. But you need to be real with the market. Whatever about however much you want to price or however much you feel is right to price based on the level of service you're delivering and the way in which you're delivering it, you have to make sure clients can pay it. So it's all well and good having real high pricing, but if nobody's paying it, you don't get an opportunity to show yourself off to actually work, and so that level of expertise will start to decrease. So there's a fine balance. And it's all, I suppose, a case of supply, delivery, and demand. So you hear about supply and demand. My kind of push in there is supply, delivery, and demand. That's my kind of take-home advice. I hope there's some kind of guidance or some kind of push for Dan in that. But to be honest, maybe there's something that everybody could share in. If anybody has any perspective on this, please do leave a comment on it, because it is one of these kind of controversial issues. People really scrutinize pricing, both the people employing a service and the people giving a service. But as I said, I think there's this fine balance, and I think it's all about being real and transparent. And yes, it's all well and good that you might be able to give a given supply, but if you can't deliver that in a certain fashion that affects your pricing, similarly speaking, if you can deliver things in a really, really nice fashion, that's always a great opportunity to increase your pricing because it certainly increases your value from the service.